How are you doing today?
Doing okay.
I want to just ask you a bit, some questions about your journey that you've gone through with cancer. When did you get diagnosed?
I was diagnosed in March of 2015.
And what was your original diagnosis?
My original diagnosis was esophageal, lower esophageal cancer, and that's all we thought it was until we did a PET scan, and the PET scan reveals your entire body, and we found out that I had 6 individual cancer spots on my liver. So the original plan was to do some type of surgery, but until they found out that it spread and it became stage 4 cancer, no surgery could be involved. We couldn't do any surgery, so it had to be all chemo and radiation. And that's where we started.
And what was their original diagnosis? What did they say? How long did you have to live, that they said?
Originally, they said with this type of cancer, I had about a year and a half to live.
And we've gone way past that, haven't we?
We're at 3.5 years right now, and I wouldn't accept that. I told them, no, I can't accept it. So we moved forward and went right into the treatment.
So you did radiation first, right?
We did both radiation and chemo at the same time, believe it or not. The radiation worked on the esophageal, and the chemo worked on both the esophageal and the liver. And I had treatments for about 8 months, and 8 months into the treatment, the esophageal cancer was gone. The liver cancer, I had we eliminated all 5 spots except for one. There was one remaining spot. It was small, and they decided to use radiation on that, and that took another 4 months, and believe it or not, they got that, and I went into remission in late part of 2015. At that point, they put me on some chemo pills, which didn't work.
Was that the immunotherapy that we tried before?
No.
No.
That was chemo pills in early 2016, and 4 months later they did another PET scan and the cancer came back. So it came back with 2 spots on my liver, and there was a little bit of cancerous cell in my esophagus. So they started a new treatment plan, and that was all chemo. No radiation. I had too much radiation. They couldn't do any more radiation after that. So they started me on a new chemo plan, and the chemo eliminated the esophageal and got me down, the 2 tumors down to almost 2.5 centimeters apiece. And that was late 2016. They decided to try immunotherapy on me at the Moffitt Center, and there's a new type of treatment. And early 2017 through about the middle of 2017, they did the immunotherapy, and then they did another scan, and come to find out that the tumors had grown. So the immunotherapy did not work for me.
It does work for some people, but it just didn't work on your cancer
Didn't
type.
work on mine, that type of immunotherapy.
So you've been on since then just normal chemo.
Chemo, which is the original one that they put me on did not show any improvement, so they just went to a new one about 3 months ago, which is called Taxol. And just recently, in the last week, I have found out that my tumor markers are down 30%, and all of my liver functions and all the blood functions are looking good. So that's without doing a PET scan, so we don't really know.
So that sets you up for good going into this new study, though.
Yeah.
So is there anything you could tell us about the new study that we're trying to help you raise funds for?
Yeah, the new study is again, it is a clinical study. It has not been approved by the FDA, and that's the reason why we're doing some fundraising, because the cost for this is in excess of $20,000, and insurance just does not cover anything that's not approved by the FDA. So the new treatment plan is basically, in a nutshell, they go into your immune system and they take out cells from your immune system. They inject them with this new treatment, and I can't remember the name of it.
Vaxacil? Was it Vax? Because it's supposed to be like a vaccine.
Yeah, it's a vaccine.
But it's a therapeutic vaccine is what I read.
Right.
So a therapeutic vaccine, from my research, is like a vaccine like you would give a healthy person, but instead the person is already infected with it, and it zeroes in, right, on just that disease that you're trying to zero in on, which is a totally new thing in the last 2 years or something like that, that they've come up with this.
And where chemo eventually does not work because the cancer finds a way around the chemo. This particular therapy goes on working, and the cancer does not know how to escape it.
So can we think back at when you first had your first diagnosis? What was your first reaction to that?
I was pretty shocked. I went in for an endoscopy because I was having problems with swallowing. My food was getting stuck down close to my stomach. And so at first they just gave me more medicine. They gave me more Prevacid to take, and they waited a couple weeks and it didn't help any. So they said, well, you're going to need to get an endoscopy so we could see what's going on. So I had the endoscopy done, woke up, and my gastrologist told me, he said, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but you have esophageal cancer. And it was shocking because it turns your whole world upside down. Everything. You go from 1 minute thinking you're healthy to another minute not knowing how long you're going to be around. So it just totally tears you apart.
You've had a really long fight. For a lot of people, they don't get as long as that you've had. And, the longer you fight, it's harder it is to find strength. How have you been able to find strength in the past 3.5 years?
Well, number one is I like to try to stay as positive as I possibly can by, going to treatment. When I go to treatment, I dress up every time I go. A lot of people like to go in their pajamas and and they're all relaxed. I like to dress up like my life has not changed and feel like, everything, should be positive. And that's number one. Number two is, I have, at the beginning, I had, of course, my 2 daughters getting married, and I wanted to desperately give them away, and that was a big part of my positive and staying positive and in looking forward to doing that. And then that happened, and then Stephanie got pregnant, and we have twin girls, identical twin girls, and they give me the reason to live, and they give me the reason to fight. So that's really the bottom line, is I have something to fight for because I want to be here to watch them grow. And my other daughter, Brittany, is pregnant and almost due too. She's having a little girl. And of course I got my good buddy, grandson Landon, who is my pride and joy. And so I have, 4 that are giving me the push to move forward and stay as positive as I can.
I think you've been really lucky that you've had a lot of friends and family as support. Is there a few things that have happened over the last 3.5 years that stand out to you that, maybe somebody wouldn't have expected, or, friends or family that have meant the most to you over the last few years?
Well, yeah, I mean, when you're in this type of situation where it's a life or death, and the one thing that people always say to you is, well, let me know if you need anything. And, that's just a common response to, just let me know if you need anything. Well, nobody's going to really let you know if they need anything. I have people out of the goodness of their heart that have done things for me and I never asked. And that's really the things that stand out. Like my good friend who drives here from North Carolina to come and see me. And I have a salon that did a fundraiser for me out of the goodness of their heart. I did not ask for it. They went ahead and did it on their own. And there's a lot of other things that come to mind, but it's all about having people that support you through the whole thing. Your friends, your family. Without the support, you're really only halfway there. So.
Well, I'm incredibly proud of you and can't believe the amount of strength that you have had, Dad, and you are a hero to so many people, and I just, I have really positive, thoughts and, hopes for this new therapy, and, hopefully we're going to reach our goals this weekend and be able to get you there. Is there anything you would like to say to people that are coming out this weekend and helping?
Well, I just can't thank everybody enough. I'm sorry, but
It's okay, Dad.
it means a lot to me.
It means a lot to all of us.
To know that people care, and people want to help other people, especially with this type of dreaded disease. And I don't know what to say except thank everybody and anybody who's doing anything to help raise this money so that I can get this therapy.
It means the world to us. It means the world to us, and we thank you so much. And even if you can't donate a dime, just you guys sharing the event that's happening this weekend means so much, because even if you can't donate, maybe, this story will touch somebody and they'll want to donate and help. So I just want to say thanks, Dad, for sharing your story with everybody, because it means a lot to come from you personally. And I want to say thank you to everybody who's helping out this weekend and continues to be support for my dad. Thank you so much, and I love you, Dad.
Love you. Thank you.